very up close and personal now. But yeah, let's see if I can do this where I can keep my glasses on so I can see. But I thought that I was going to do a ranking video because we have, like I've explained before, a lot of themes when we watch movies. And last year, around the same time as now, we watched the Texas Chainsaw franchise, all 9 movies. 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9 movies. And I have only watched 2 movies before. So I did a ranking then. And yeah, I thought I was going to share because I think my ranking is going to be a bit controversial. And yeah, but it's what I think, and you should stand up for what you think, kind of. Yeah. And I can tell you right away that I watched the first Texas Chainsaw Massacre a long way back, and I didn't really like it. But then we had an opportunity, me and my husband, to see it in the theater. And I was like, yeah, that would be fun, to see it in the theater, like when it came out. And it was really a nice experience. It looks terrible. Wait. And I really liked the movie a lot more. But I have only seen one other movie since then, and it was really interesting to watch them because some movies I really liked that I was not expecting to like, and the other way around. So I will start with, of course, the lowest rating, and work my way up to the top. And I have, when I did the ranking last time, I wrote some comments on Letterboxd and our Instagram account, so I may look in them to remember some stuff. But let's get started. And the one I like the least, which I hate with all my soul, that everyone else seems to like, is Texas Chainsaw 2. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, to be correct. And I think this is the nicest version because this is the franchise I think we have the most eclectic collection of different, Blu-rays, DVDs, good, bad ones. And this one is an arrow, and it's the best version, and it's the worst. I hate it. I hate everything about it. It's extremely gross, which I don't like, and it's filthy, and I just can't stand. um is it Bill Mosley's character, which eats his own skin from the head? It's so gross, and it's not my type of humor at all. And I really don't like hellbilly movies, which is kind of unfair, but it's just disgusting. And the only good thing is the final girl, spoiler, Stretch. I think she is kind of fun, but I do question some of her decisions in this movie. But I don't like the humor, I don't like the story, I don't like the characters, and I think it's gross, and it's the longest one. So you have to sit and endure this. I think it's like, is it it's 1 hour and 40 minutes, but it feels like forever. I hate it. I gave this 1 out of 5 stars, and I stand by that. I hate you. Sorry. That's number 9. Number 8. Let's see. I think a lot of people would agree that this is terrible, and I think some would also have it in the last place, but it's number 4. And this has different names: Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, ours says, but it's also called The Return of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and it's from 1995. And it's the one with Matthew McConaughey and Renee Zellweger. If looks could kill, he wouldn't need a chainsaw. What does that even mean? Oh, there's that. This is not very good. There is no story that if I can remember correctly, you can't connect the dots. It's just random. It's like they have cut out the pieces that would connect it. And it's the worst Leatherface. He's just terrible. And they are also just yelling all the time. And that is kind of a theme in these movies. But yeah, no, it's terrible. Just leave it at that. And this we have in a standard DVD, and we don't need an upgrade unless they release a box, but that will never happen. And I got that one, actually got 1.5 star from me. And then we have number 7. And from now on, I think they are okay. The other two are terrible, but these are okay. And we have the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Leatherface. And this one is from 2017, I think. Yeah. And I just thought this was kind of obvious and weird, and they try to change your sympathy a lot in this, and I don't think it works. And if I can remember correctly, they mess up some lore as well. I don't have a lot to say because I didn't like it very much, and it was kind of boring. So yeah, that is number 7, and I put 2.5 star. I don't remember anything hardly about it. And then we have a movie I thought was going to get a higher placement because I have seen this before, and if I remember correctly, I liked it, but now when I watched it, not that much. And it's the remake. Is this the remake? Yeah. Really? Yeah. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the remake from 2003, right? Yeah. And by the way, the dogs are having a party upstairs, it feels like. Sorry about that. But yeah, this one. It's an okay remake. But it doesn't change that much, which makes it kind of predictable. And even if they have made Leatherface a lot scarier, I hate Jessica Biel, her character. She's better than the original Final Girl, but all the same, it's like, no, you're doing stupid things. And I think it's too gross for me also. It's too disgusting that it takes over. This was actually a kind of fun edition. And it says, based on a true story. Well, not really. But nothing special. I think the original is better, obviously. So let's put it there. And I'm sorry if I'm looking down, but I just want to make sure I'm not missing any details. But one that is actually better than that one was the prequel. The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning. It's just reflecting. Yeah. Oh, and the remake, I gave 3 stars. So yeah. This one I also gave 3 stars, and it's just too gory. I'm not a gore hound. I've said it before. I will say it again. I don't like that. I can look away, but when it's all the time, it's annoying. I would be fine with just imagining what is happening. I don't have to see it. I think it's too disturbing. And it's everything is so filthy in this one. Um, and if I think there was a lot of, I don't remember much, but how many times have I said if I remember correctly? Don't count it. But I think there is a lot of torture in this one, and that is not for me either. Yeah, so 3. Then we have, sorry, my eye is hurting. Then we have one that I don't have because it hasn't got a physical release, and it's the one from 2022. Uh, Everyone hated that one, so I was not expecting much, even though I liked the premise of it. But I actually think it's a good legacy sequel. Um, I like the spin of the characters, and there were actually some characters that I cared about, that made reasonable decisions, at least. But the ending I thought was extremely unnecessary, and I don't know. There were some bits that were hard to understand why they did what they did. Sorry if I'm being vague, but overall I think it was competent. It was entertaining, but the ending was like, why? It was so unnecessary, and that dragged down the rating a bit. But I think a lot of people hate this just to be gatekeeping. I was going to say gatekeeping and gatekeepers, and it was just like, yeah, never mind. I wish I could cut this out. But it was entertaining enough, so I gave it 3.5 star. And like I said, I don't have it here, so I can show you. But I would buy it if it got a physical release. And then we have the last 3. And if you have been keeping score, you know which ones are left. And in third place, we actually have Texas Chainsaw 3D from 2013. They kind of ignore the cannibalism. It's not part of this story, and it's not very filthy or anything. So I like that. And like they tried to do in Leatherface, they also try to shift the sympathy so that you should sympathize with some characters that you may not want to sympathize with. But I think they succeed a lot more in this one. And the only thing is, they kind of fuck up the timeline, but I think my husband is more annoyed by that than me. But this was really entertaining, and I gave it 3.5 star as well. But I thought this was more entertaining than the one from 2022. Yes. Then we have 2 movies left. And as you may suspect, yeah, never mind. As you may think, no, that's not what it's called either. As you may guess, maybe. I will be a bit controversial now, I think. But at number 2, I have the first Chainsaw Massacre with the Swedish title, Massacre. Really like this, like I said, when I rewatched it in the theater. I remember that it was very gory and brutal, but it's hardly anything. And there are some brutal moments, but nothing if you compare to the other ones. And the only thing that is kind of annoying is the screaming in the last third of the movie. It's so annoying, and a lot of the people in this one takes really bad decisions, but some of them actually are not that stupid, but they get killed anyway. um yeah, the ending is good, it's okay, but I would like to have it more like, you know, the scary thing is, I think, in the movies when the characters know that there is something happening and that they are getting, bumped off, but it takes a lot of time before someone realizes, and that makes it less scary. I think that's the best way I can describe it, but it's entertaining. I gave it 4 stars, but I was not expecting this one to be the best one. This is Letterface, or the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. This one is really, really good. Really, really good. Um, it's very good actors. Ken Foree, love his character, and Viggo Mortensen, and all the characters are kind of good, and it's really good music and sound, and it's like some of the other ones I really liked. It's not that gross, it's not that filthy, and it's what's it called? Not exciting, but you are kind of on edge, and you really root for the people to survive. And this one reminds me more of the first one than the other ones. um I'm so surprised, and this one is really good. And I gave this a 4 star as well, so no 5 stars in this franchise. But if I was going to rewatch a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, it would be this one. Sorry, but not sorry. And yeah, I'm really trying to be better to describe movies, but it's really hard to do it in English when you're not used to it, and it's been a while and you are recording yourself. But it will get better, I hope. But thank you for watching, and please tell me your ranking and if you agree or disagree, or probably most of you will disagree with me, but that is what it is. Yeah, that was all for this. And I can see that I have been having this from the TV all the time, but yeah, that it is what it is. Oh my god, I have to start, cutting that shit out, because I know it's annoying to watch, but I can't be bothered. I am what I am. And that's bye.